Alright, Flight Boss, bitch, you know, for sure. Yeah, man, let them niggas know we back, man. We motherfucking back, man. And it feel real motherfucking good. Now, you know what I'm saying? It feel real good. Now, first of all, Flight Boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're now listening to the Mind of an Terry Smooth, Flight Boss, the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. Now, first thing, let's start dropping bombs. Now, off the bat, we know ain't nothing real. Nothing's real. So, we know we got this definition for what real is. Right? So, when we dealing with reality and realistic things, let's look at real. Now, I told y'all, everything is energy, frequency, vibrations, right? So, the frequency will be the spirit of it, the idea, the concept. You know what I'm saying? Before it comes into the structure. The vibration will be like the soul of it, the resonation of it, the experience. You actually experiencing it. You see what I'm saying? You experiencing the time and the seconds of it. The energy of it will be like the physical form of it, the shape and form of it. You know what I'm saying? You see, like, the structure of it once it's made. Now, so we know the energy realm is created. So we create words. We create language. We know letters is nothing but signs. And when you put a group of letters together, you create a spell. You see what I'm saying? So we call it spelling and things of that nature. So this is what you have to understand. These things was brought into the world as just energy frequencies. But what we create from it and the shapes and forms and the structures that we built from it is actually the energy of it. And that's it. But the frequency, vibration, and energy is three separate worlds. And the frequency birthed the vibrational world. So it's connected. It's a part of it. And then the frequency vibration creates the energetic world for the frequency beings to inhabit, which will be spiritual beings. So now when I say it ain't nothing real, and then you want to argue with me what's realistic and what's real, we know what was the word real was created. So the term and definition was created off of it. So goddamn, let's get into it. See, man, Archangel goddamn Uriel spirit. I just goddamn love this shit. How can I get away from this shit so long? Damn, it feel good. Now, check this out. Let's look at the definition of real. Now, the definition of real itself is actually existing. You know what I'm saying? So we know existing is something that's taking a shape and form into physicality. So this is why you have a lot of arguments with people who want to say the spirit or the soul don't exist. This is why you have a lot of arguments and things. If I like dish off and kind of lose my mind and, like, for a second and go off and try to think for a couple seconds, because I just got out of my mind is bad right now. So I may get flashes, but I'm Archangel Uriel. This is why it's so many goddamn arguments about is there a spirit or not, or is there a soul or not, because it can't be seen. Because it's not in this world. They're three separate worlds. One control the other. So you'll have a lost spirit that's lost into the physical, trying to either tell people that the spirit became the physical, or trying to tell people that the spirit don't exist because you can't see it, and because all they spirit can see is the physical. You know what I'm saying? So quit listening to all these dumbass motherfuckers out here, man. Archangel Uriel is fucking back. Now look, the real dictionary, the definition of real is actually existing as a thing or occurring in fact, not imagined or supposed. So that's already, the spirit is not in the physical realm. It's not you can't see somebody's spirit, so you can only feel the energy. You can't see the energy, but you can see fake things that take shapes and forms as the energy. You see what I'm saying? Which we're gonna get into this video what is actually real. So see, my science go deeper than language and all that shit. So look, because you'll have somebody argue with me and say, no, okay, this is the definition of real, so whatever you're talking about is not scientific or whatever. No, what I'm talking about, your soul gonna be able to resonate with it, and your spirit gonna be able to resonate with it, and you're gonna be able to physically look through it through the energetic fake shapes and forms of it, like, oh, this what it really is. Oh, and then you're going to be able to rightly know how to use words and shit. So when we look at real, now it's saying actually existing. So is this your physicality and things of that nature? So this is what we're calling real. Now we're going to get into my video now. Why that's not real. This is not real. Now there's an energetic frequency out here that created this term real and created the definition structure around it, how humans perceive it. But that term itself is not named real, but this energetic frequency created this term. Now, the definition that humans gave it, that's not the real definition. See, actual existing as a thing or occurring, in fact, not imagined or supposed. And then here's the second one. Of a substance or a thing, not imitation or artificial. Now check this out. I'm finna let y'all resonate vibrationally and mythically with the spirit truth. That's spirit truth. And I'm finna give y'all what real is. And you're not gonna be able to deny it. And then we're gonna go back to these definitions and you're gonna be able to get on my frequency wave to be like, oh, okay, now I understand from an angel's perspective. All right, now check this out. Now, there's a frequency vibration out here that's carrying the real energy. Now, look at it like this. When you say you got some fake jewelry, right? Quote unquote, the term fake, and then you got quote unquote, the term real jewelry. What's the difference, right? The difference between the two is one will tarnish and change. One will not. Which one will not change? The one you quote unquote call real, right? And then the imitation, right? That's the one that will change. The one that will tarnish. The one that's called the quote-unquote term fake. All right. Boom. Right? So we understand that, right? Now check this out. Check this out. What do your body do? What do your body do after time and time go on? Change. You get older. That's a change. You see what I'm saying? So when we look at the term real, now people who smart know where I'm going with this. Now you got this debate and argument that'll try to go against me, right? Well, we're not talking about real like this. See, anytime we start to get into conversations where people start to talk about where something is wrong with you, that's why you're not perceiving something. Oh, you got something over your eyes. Oh, you can't perceive it. Or oh, you just a human. Or you. Soon as people get into that talk, cut it off. Cut it off. Because you perceive what the fuck you perceive. There's not things out in this world that put you in a situation that's like, okay, you're not perceiving it because of what you are. No, you understand what you are, and that's the maximization of what you can perceive. And if you know that, you know what you can perceive and what you can't. And you know the meaning and reasoning behind it, and then you'll be able to tie some real knowledge to it. Instead, you got people here trying to tell you what you see right in front of your face you're not really seeing. And then they building sciences off that, and then the only science that's being built is knowledge of humans not being capable of something. That's the only thing that's being built. There's not a real experience of you not being able to perceive something because something wrong with you. No, what the mind tissue that you're building is the knowledge of humans can't perceive everything. So those are going to be experiences. You're going to start to create and manifest experiences of humans not being able to comprehend everything. See, that's why you got to cut that talk. We're creating this shit. I create a world of understanding. I create a realm of all perceiving. So what I can't perceive doesn't matter. I'm perceiving all we can perceive. And that's going to be the highest here. That's what we need to stay in. You got to get away from certain talk. These are spells. See, it's like, y'all got to really get it. You get it. So this is what I'm breaking y'all through. So right now, when we say real, we know there's a real frequency vibration out here that there's something that's unchangeable. So I would correlate that to something being real than something that scientists and they trying to say real, because then that's like trying to tell a blind man something that, or you trying to say I was born yesterday, because you're coming in my face trying to tell me that If you got a real gold chain on and he got or she got a fake gold chain on, you must gonna get ready to tell me that the fake chain ain't gonna tarnish, or it ain't gonna deteriorate. So if you're gonna say you got a real gold chain and it's not gonna tarnish, okay, I can prove that. We can prove that, right? So I like to say that's real. So there's a frequency vibration out here that's dealing with that real came from, that's dealing with unchanging, something that's untarnishable. Something it is what it is, no matter what. It don't transform. So, as a spirit, this is what you need to understand. Anything that you see that got characteristics of changing or transforming or tarnishing in some way, shape, or form is not real. So y'all need to detach y'all illusions, detach how much y'all emotionally invested in this body, and detach away from all the concepts and the arguments that y'all came up with, and detach from all the scientists that y'all think got all the PhDs and shit, and y'all need to come to grips with Archangel Uriel and just understand what makes sense. If your motherfucking body got characteristics of changing, tarnishing, then it's fake. It's the illusion. Regardless of how much emotionally attached you is to this. Regardless of how much pain. Look, I'm about to be dropping so many videos. Look, what I just went through, I learned so motherfucking much about pain that y'all got the wrong concept about that shit. This shit is real. Now, this is real, what I'm talking about. So as a spirit, the reason you can go in certain locations and feel like you've been here before. The reason you can meet somebody that you never met before, or run into somebody that you never met before and resonate with them. The reason you can have certain ideas and concepts and bring them into this world and they be perceived as new creative shit that nobody never heard of before, or some new The reason you can do that is because you got a spirit that's never been changed, never been tarnished, never been transformed. And that's the real you. Now, these many different shapes and forms that you keep taking and transforming, this is fake shit. This is the illusion. So when you go kicking that talk, because I be through in conversations with people who are naive spiritually. When you have a talk like this, but you not watching Archangel Uriel videos and you don't really have an explanation, when you go have talks like this to people, right? It's not going to make sense because there's no science out here explaining it rightfully to have people understand it. You see what I'm saying? So when you go kicking to your friends or your parents and people and you come and something out your mouth say some shit like, yo, life ain't real. Life is an illusion. Then somebody really wants you to break it down, and then say you around scholars and then they want you to break it down definition wise and scientifically. Right? There's nobody on the internet, there's nothing in this world that you can go. This is why we gotta stick together as us, a soul group. All of us who we channel, everybody who watch me, I'm watching y'all, we're channeling each other. You see what I'm saying? This is why we gotta stick together, because this is the clear understanding of things. And when we get into this kind of understanding, it plays out into people really learning in their life. You see what I'm saying? Like, really learning. Not do doctrines and getting indoctrinated. I mean really learning. Starting to understand how to not be emotionally attached to certain physical things. A cancer person who would hear a video like this, you know how much relief and stress that they would take off their shoulders? That's the type of teaching I'm talking about. I'm not talking about what do cancer mean and why does it do this and technically it does that. No, we talk about really learning. You see what I'm saying? Where a cancer person can hear this shit and be like, okay, this is not even me. They'll start to look at pain entirely different. And then they come through brain mechanisms in their life to before they die, they'll probably be in the most blissful, happy state and know how to get there and know how to the point that whatever new shape and form that they come back, they ain't got to experience that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? We talking about this kind of evolution of life. Whatever everybody else is talking about and diving into their religious books and diving into their scientific doctrines and shit like that, hey, it's later for that shit. It's later for that shit. So this is not even real. So when you get into a concept of trying to, when someone even tell you like, look, I could look at the sun, I could look at, what you mean this ain't real? This realistic, real. Now you got somebody to refer them to. Now you got, or you ain't even got to refer them to me. Now you got a concept. Now you got the actual how to come at them, nigga. You can utilize it with the jury. How this, but it goes so deeper than that. That was just the simplest term, surface level I can bring it. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all know I'm so right brain. It's hard for me to grasp this kind of shit a lot of times. But I got that one quick. Jury. Y'all can grasp that in the physical realm real quick. So this is how you know that I'm going to the depth of trying to explain to you that the term real come from something. And that's not called real. But that frequency vibration created the concept, shapes, and forms for us to make out and create situations and create letters and words that we will resonate, that we would think, that what we perceive as real, as a collective conscious. So this is what we agree on a physical terms. But as a spiritual terms, it's truly not that. That came from a spiritual being in another kind of way. They had nothing to do with how y'all look at it. But the best way how to correlate it is, you know, if someone had some jewelry that's unsustainable and someone got some jewelry that can tarnish, right? Now we add words to these things, but truly neither of them is got anything to do with what that frequency vibration came from. If y'all understand what I'm saying. See, this is what I'm saying, why astrology is the most truest shit. Because it doesn't matter the names and everybody giving them. But what we know for a fact is where everybody getting their frequency vibrations from. You see what I'm saying? And astrology is the closest definitions and descriptions and things of that nature that correlates to the frequency vibrations and how to see the locations of them and things of that nature. But other than that, you don't even got to be into that. Once you just start to understand frequency vibrations, you could be a blind person in a cave and still understand where everything is coming from. And I bet if you was to have a conversation with someone, you will come to the same conclusion that they come to a person who got 20/20 vision. But you will be able to understand the things that they see on a way deeper level. And that's what I'm trying to get people to understand. Oh, we back. Oh, we motherfucking back. I might be 92% right now, but I'm about to be dropping these motherfucking shits. Let me get to the rest of y'all motherfuckers NATO readings for the people who already paid, so I can go ahead and knock some more of these motherfucking videos out, because I feel I'm on fire right now. Flight boss, bitch. Goddamn air.